Yo.
What up? What up?
Woo. We back, baby.
We back.
Let's go.
After a week off, man. We had to take a week off, people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just thought of this. It was a mental health week.
We both needed it.
We embracing this new age.
I'm going to tell you right now, the way this week is going, and it's only Tuesday, I needed a mental health break and come on this goddamn podcast.
You right. This is the escape.
This is the escape.
This is the escape. I learned that lesson the hard way, man.
Oh, shit, dude. Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Carbon Footprint Podcast, episode 116. He's Juan and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Hit him with the drink of the day.
Woo! Listen, we got some deliciousness on and popping. We're gonna keep it rolling with the bourbon theme, but we did a rye bourbon today. So we got a little something called a raspberry bourbon mule. We did this Redemption Rye bourbon whiskey, which I know we tend to get a little high end sometimes on here, man.
Yep.
But this is a decent bottle for a decent price, and it tastes great. So it's under $30.
Nice.
And then so we had 2 ounces of the Redemption High Rye bourbon whiskey. We did 1.5 ounces of Baron de Castarac. It's basically blackberry liqueur.
It's delicious.
It's good. Yeah. Never had it because you had a different raspberry one on here.
No, I had the it was something made with agave. It's a pomegranate.
A pomegranate. That's what. I'm like, oh yeah. So this one's a blackberry liqueur. So it's 2 ounces of the rye, 1.5 ounces of the Baron de Castarac, 3/4 of an ounce or just about an ounce of grapefruit juice. So put it in the shaker, shake it up, pour it in a glass filled with ice, and then top it off with ginger beer. And we found out, so I did this blood orange ginger beer and the regular ginger beer. The regular ginger beer is definitely the way to go.
It hits better, yep.
Yeah, and then we garnished it with a little rosemary, fresh from Garden de Verona.
Damn right. Shit was getting long.
I figured you needed to get rid of some, man.
Bro.
You still got some, bro?
Yeah, bro. As I cut it off and I fill up this like sandwich baggie of them, and I'm driving over here, I'm like, please don't get pulled over. Please don't get pulled over.
I felt dirty when you handed it to me. You handed me the little packet with the bubbles. I'm like, I'll be looking around.
Because it looks just like a fucking ounce of weed or something.
It really does. Oh man, but yeah, this is delicious, man. Try that out. Pretty simple. The Baron de Castarac, I would say we got it at Total Wine. I'm not really sure if ABC or any of those places have it, or like your local liquor store, but it's worth a check.
Yeah.
I would say just any blackberry liqueur.
Total Wine gets everything, bro.
They really do, man. And if they don't get it, like the guy there tells me all the time, like we'll order it for you and we'll send it to your house, or you can come pick it up here.
Oh, that's
like,
dope.
Yeah. So I was like, he's like, if we don't have it, we'll get it. I'm like, wow. So
yeah, good for them.
Total Wine, man. Shout out to them. We're gonna charge y'all next time we have to say that.
All right, man.
Give it free promo.
That's right. My carbon footprint this week is actually going out to the company that I work for, Seminole Hard Rock.
Wow.
This week they announced, and I knew about this previous, but they announced that they are giving raises to the almost like the non-tipped employees.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about cooks, cooks, not chefs. Chefs are probably management, but you say like your cooks, your housekeepers, your security, your call center people. They're raising their starting wages from to $18 to $21 an hour.
Wow.
Which, if you guys live in Florida,
yep, go ahead.
The minimum wage is $10, and so this is $8 to $11 over that. Some of the folks that are actually working at Seminole Hard Rock right now are getting as much as a 60% bump in their pay.
Wow.
And so I looked at that and I go like, man, if you're in that $21 range and you're like, I don't know, you and your spouse work there making that, you're almost at $100K a year.
Yeah.
Which makes it
entry level.
At an entry level.
At an entry level. Yep.
Yeah, so shout out to Seminole Hard Rock. These guys invested $100 million in their employees. These guys have looked at and saw the inflation. They saw after COVID, it is hard to not only to get talent but to retain talent. And so they're putting the money where their mouth is. So shout out to them.
Yeah, man. I remember seeing the article and we were talking a little bit about it, and just like I think one, obviously this climate that we're in where it's hard for people to hire, companies are looking for ways to sort of retain and attract employees.
Yep.
But I think there was also something in the article that I read and some of the statements by the CEO that were like, it was sort of, he understood, like he wasn't out of touch. Like he understood the idea that, hey, this is life changing for some people. This is the difference between like childcare. This is the difference between school districts. This is the difference between
paying
a
your
car
rent,
you drive,
bro.
paying your rent. They're like, if you're making $400 more a month, you go, if you spend half of that on higher rent, that's a better area you live in. That's, and so I think I love to hear that perspective and just that understanding that this does make a significant difference. Like you said, if you're making $10 an hour and now you're going to 18, you're doubling your income. You're going to 21, dude. You're doubling your income. This
is between $16,000 to $22,000 more a year for people,
which is a mortgage.
Dude,
it's
absolutely, bro.
It's not cheap.
And you and I have both worked hourly jobs in the past, right? So you know that if you when we got raises, they were in the cents. It wasn't even $1, right?
If you got 50 cents, you were ecstatic.
You were ecstatic.
Yeah.
So I just like I can imagine the workers and that relief. You know what I mean? Like especially for some of them, that relief on their face that when they hear about, you're gonna get a 60% raise. Not everybody got that, right? But up to 60% raise is incredible.
Dude, I've been in positions on a management side where I'm fighting to get someone $1 more an hour or $2 more an hour, and
is that crazy, bro?
It's insane to
me.
How do you
that I even when you're in there?
Oh my god, I even feel embarrassed going back to the employee, like saying like,
I only got 75 cents.
It's so bad, man, because I understood that like that is the difference for a lot of that's a tank of gas. That's like like for some people it's like, oh, it's the difference between me going to see a movie this weekend or not, right. Or like it's just such a, it seems insignificant to some, I think, but if you take a step back and I think you had to look at this from a different perspective, it's so meaningful to so many people. So I think putting their money where their mouth is, Hard Rock has obviously done really well as of late. As you see the openings, you see the Guitar Hotel in Miami, you see that's like they're investing a lot into their communities and into building properties, and so it's cool to see them also invest in their employees, man. And as someone who formerly worked for Hard Rock, I would say no complaints about working. Like as far as treating employees, even then, no one left. I mean, this, but no one left there. That was a place, and I think it speaks volumes to sort of what they offered employees. Whether that was the stability, the comfort, the total compensation package. I mean, everything about there. I think I don't think I've ever worked somewhere where it was so familial like Hard Rock was. Like people were truly like family. Like I know
absolutely.
And so I think when you couple that sort of environment and culture that they sort of cultivated over these years with the obviously the compensation package, like it's a no wonder why people don't leave, and I hopefully this gets some even more talent and helps them keep talent moving forward, because I think it's the right thing to do, man. So
awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
What you got?
Listen, man, I too have someone inspirational in the employment sector.
What?
My carbon footprint goes out to someone who I think I learned to never give up on my dreams, because at the age of 70, this man just got his first job. So it's none other than King Charles. King Charles this week, man, was inspiration. I go, this guy never gave up. He stayed alive. He worked through.
He did look old as fuck,
bro.
When I saw him, I had not seen him for years.
He looked older than his mama.
He was like, thought that was her husband.
I thought so too, bro. And her husband looked like a corpse. I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. But homie hung in there, defied all odds, just stuck it out, bro. And in his 70s, got his first job ever as the king of England. And I was inspired and motivated, and just, if you stick to your guns, guys, you stay alive long enough. You just never know. You're never too old.
The guy that wins the lotto and dies the next day.
I feel like that. Yo, can you imagine if he gets to reign though till he's like 96 too, though 97, like,
or what? How old is he now?
70, I think.
So if he dies at 71.
I would suck. Are you pissed? Do you think that's a like if you're a king of England, is that something you go, I want to be king of England for 30 years? Or do you think it changes his life at all? Do you think it's more stressful?
Dude,
Because his life was already semi like stressful, right?
the thing is, man, I don't know, like, I don't understand what the monarch does. Like, I don't understand what they actually, like, what their
symbolism.
job is.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Right. And then, so hence when I heard that the queen died, it was always those things, you see a lot on the media, whether it's the news or social media, and a lot of people over there are sad, super sad,
Yeah.
right? And I've always thought, like, man, like, what do these people do for the common folk that make them, like, fall in love with them? You know what I mean? Like, what is it?
You're born into the right family, bro.
No, but I'm saying, like you have to. I think that yes, there's the love for the maybe for the kingdom, but I think that individuals capture the imagination and the love of people, right? So the queen had to do something to make the people love her, but I just didn't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, because I guess you could easily get into people's bad.
Yeah, you could be like the fucking
The president's here.
No, the president's here, but I mean, like, keeping it over there. Who's the American chick that married?
Oh, Meghan Markle.
Yeah, is she a
Yeah.
princess? I don't know what the fuck she
Technically,
is,
well,
right?
I think they rescind their royalhood
I
or whatever,
don't
so
know,
they're
man.
nothing, right?
But you can see,
don't
like,
know.
somebody like to be controversial like that and be in the media and maybe go
true.
against the traditions of the monarchy can have the people turn against you.
Because I think Charles has been like, there's controversy behind him.
Okay.
There's
Well, is it from when he was with Diana? Because they love Diana,
right. Well,
or we think. I
actually,
don't fucking know.
Can we discuss this for a second? Because when I saw him get in, I thought about Diana, and I go, Diana, most infamous side piece of all time, has to be, right.
Why side piece?
She was a side piece. He's
No,
still
wasn't he?
with Camilla. He's still with Camilla now. He was with Camilla before Diana. I think that was going on at the same time.
No, she was Princess Diana.
Yeah, but I think it was Princess Side Piece Diana. I'm almost positive, bro. We gotta
No,
look
it
this
can't
up.
be. But she wouldn't be a princess.
But Camilla's a princess, or whatever the fuck Camilla is, or was, or Duchess, or whatever the fuck Camilla.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
I'm
don't
almost
know.
positive he had both of them, and they knew it. Like it was dude, Diana. I'm telling you.
You know, when you're that high, man, chicks will share you.
Yeah.
Or so says
When
Andrew
you're the
Tate.
king in waiting. He not wrong, bro. I got the list. Top 3 most infamous side pieces of all time.
Go.
Diana, Marilyn Monroe, Monica Lewinsky. And I feel like Monica could lose her spot. I
God
just
damn
couldn't
it.
think about who.
I knew I should have taken my drink. I almost spit that out. Monica Lewinsky. I was with you on the other two.
They gotta be most infamous side piece. Who
Yeah,
takes Monica's
yeah,
spot?
yeah.
I could see Monica
No, it has
slipping
to
out
be.
of there, but I couldn't think of anybody.
There's another one that Clinton had, the redhead.
Yeah, but the redhead didn't
But she
get-
didn't- yeah.
She didn't reach the Monica level of
No,
fame.
no,
You know
you're
what I'm
right,
saying?
you're
Like,
right, you're right.
infamous. It's got to be Monroe. It's got to be Princess Diana. And then it's got to be Monica Lewinsky.
I don't think Princess Diana was. She was like.
Listen, I could
She
be,
was the one. It had to
She-
be the other chick. Had to be the side.
Camilla was first. I'm telling you. It was Camilla, and then it was Diana, and then it was back to Camilla. Like, yo, she died. You're up. Baby, I was tripping. You know these young bitches. They be dying and stuff. Getting into accidents. Raven. Nah, they were divorced already.
Nothing
when
like
she died,
having a
right?
backup plan.
Yeah. I think they were divorced already though, but when she got killed. I think they were already divorced.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Diana and him were, or at least not together anymore. Or
Yeah,
whatever. Who knows?
I ain't follow that shit, man. But
Listen.
so I was like, and even you was telling me, man, like Twitter was going crazy.
Yo, Black Twitter is the funniest place on the planet. If y'all not, y'all
And by
just
the
need
way,
to go on Twitter.
that is not a separate app.
It might as well be. Listen, if black people want to get reparations, they need to monetize their funny shit on Twitter. That's how you give black people reparations. Bro, Black Twitter is the funniest place on the planet. I am convinced. There's no one funnier. I don't care who's on TV. I don't care who's doing stand-up. Black Twitter's funnier than anything ever, bro.
You was sending me stuff, man, and I was reading some stuff, man, and again, I never really understood. And then lo and behold, man, like the following day, I had a support call with somebody who I've known for a long time, works out of the UK, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And she goes, oh, it's sad times here. And then I immediately just tell her, yo, explain it to me. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's not really like your president. Like, what do they do? Why do you guys love her so much? Like, blah, 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 right? And she basically told me, and I'm going to paraphrase, she basically told me that for 70 plus years, I think it was 76, this woman has sort of carried out her, like, royal duties with, like, zero blemishes.
Like grace and all that stuff, yeah.
Right, so she wasn't the one, like, she wasn't, there was no scandals, wasn't really, like, bad press. When there was things in the country that was going wrong, she was always sort of there doing her due diligence. When there was things abroad, she would be like a representative of the country. And she died at 96 years old. And up until, 2 days before she passed, they just elected the new prime minister.
Yo, that's right, because Boris Johnson had gotten ousted or stepped down or whatever.
So there's like a whole like royal ceremony of like the monarch like blessing it. She did the whole fucking ceremony 2 days before she died.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that she had done the ceremony. And did she do it at the castle, at Balmoral Castle?
I don't know. I didn't ask. This is what I'm being told.
Okay.
And so so that was, she was just like, yo, so we love her, And I was like, yo, like that says something, if you don't nobody have it. Well, not many people have jobs for 70 plus years.
Yeah.
And then are able to do it without ever really getting caught saying some bad shit. Like, people can come on take recordings of this podcast and take clips.
Oh.
And we can be canceled like 100 times over, right?
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Eventually. maybe with our 11th listener.
Bro. It's when. Somebody go play back like, so you called the queen a side piece. The princess, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, dude. So hearing it from that perspective, it was good. It was good, right? Because we hold presidents either in high or low regard, depending on how you view them, right? But I didn't know from their perspective of the monarch. I was just like, oh man, like they don't make laws. They don't really do anything. Like, what do they do?
It's a symbol.
But no, and the symbol matters, man.
They're the Batman, bro, of the UK. They're just a sign of symbolism. They don't even dress up right. Yeah, I do feel bad for Biden through this though, bro. Cause you think he thinks he's king now? He's like, so when did they swear me?
She died.
Yeah. He's like, fuck, I didn't think I was gonna make it. When's the ceremony?
Yeah, my wife, who is a Biden supporter, she was somewhere today, and I guess she was sitting down in like a waiting room, and there was a TV above her, and she could just hear him speaking, and she's just like shaking her head like, will they please take this guy off the mic?
Now, when you say supporter, is she helping him like get from one place to another?
She pushed the wheelchair. Oh, sorry, I mean the bike.
Yo, that dude be... You seen the one the other day where he shook old boy's hand, and then the dude shakes the next guy's hand, and then Biden sticks out his hand again to shake his hand because he forgets that he had... Like, bro.
I seen one where he does like two people, then he goes over and there's nobody there, but he leaves his hand out.
There was somebody there to him, bro.
Bro, I'm wondering, man, like, is there a point where he has 2 years left?
Yeah, I mean, oof.
Is there a point where you go, okay, it's enough?
Yeah, when at the funeral next week, when he's reaching for the crown. That's mine now. It'll be like, Joe, sit down.
What up, Liz? You want to play some one-on-one?
What up, Liz? Yo, Lizzie. I told you I was going to outlive you. You ain't believe me. That's so crazy. I talked to someone from the UK. We both know, yep. And who happened to be in country when it all happened.
Oh, okay.
And their perspective, it was interesting because what they told me was that there was something very nostalgic about being there and they were very happy sort of that happened while they were there, because they sort of got to experience it with their fellow countrymen.
Yeah.
And they're like, it took me back to the childhood, because like she was very beloved. She was, so they're like, so seeing all the news coverage and the people talking, and like, you know, they compared it to like like an event here that would happen, not quite 9/11, obviously that's tragic or whatever, but
right.
It was just one of these events that brings people together, and they're like, everybody in the country sort of comes together, and it's like a common thing where they're just like, oh, because like you said, there wasn't many people who like hated her
right
out, you know, inside of the United Kingdom, I guess, or in Britain. So yeah, it was cool to get their perspective. They were just like, yeah, I'm kind of happy it happened while I was there, because I didn't realize what that would mean to me, having that experience with my fellow countrymen,
right?
You know, there. So, and I thought that was a cool perspective to have too, because I'm like, I never understood.
So she
our
just happened to be there.
Happened to be
time?
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
just
great.
happened to be there.
And great for her, right? Because like you said, I think that maybe she would have felt the same way about it, whether she was here or there. However, experiencing with the countrymen and like you said, like I know why you compared it to 9/11.
Yeah.
Because everybody just felt together here.
Oh, dude, 9/11, we all forgot that we were different races. We all forgot that we were different socioeconomic situations. Like, there was something about 9/11 that we've never been more like patriotic. Like, it was like us versus the world. It was like we were us. You know, like, and I feel like that's sort of the only thing I could compare it to. But they just kept telling me like, yeah, man, everybody was just like, it's like mourning, but it's also celebratory, and it's like it was just happy, and it was like there's just something very home about it, very nostalgic about being there, and like I'm just glad I got to experience it with people, and I'm like, that's a cool. I could see that,
man.
Yeah, because I could see, you know, like I have a certain pride and nostalgia of stuff about things that are important to me, right, or for my culture, or you know, or even like the cities we grew up in and all that stuff. So I could see that, man. It could be the state. So I'd imagine this is obviously like a historical, you know, event. She's been in I think in power or
say like 70-something years. I think
that's
it's
twice as long as I've been
years,
alive.
Bro.
So she's been in power twice as long as I've been alive. That's insane. I was really bummed because I was gonna start The Crown, but I'm like, I know how it ends now. So I'm like, I guess I can skip that.
Never mind.
Never mind. Spoiler alert. Guess I can skip that show. I'll move on to Stranger Things. Or Euphoria.
Definitely Euphoria.
It's like, I got it, bet.
Oh shit.
Oh man. So shout out to King Charles.
Oh yeah, going back. This is all compact on the carbon footprint.
Greatest inspiration.
Bro, speaking of people dying, did you see the fucking mass shooting? Oh, sorry, mass stabbing in Canada.
Oh, Canada?
Yeah.
Was it a Canadian or was it somebody who was lost?
It was 2 Canadians.
What?
Yeah. So it was 2
Tell me
Canadians.
this.
And it was they killed. They managed to. So 2 dudes managed to kill 10 people.
Stabbing
and injure 18.
Wait. So you stabbed 28 people in the same place? What kind of object was used to stab? I need details.
I don't know.
Like, are we talking like
chainsaw? I don't know, bro.
Bro, you better be using a katana and running full speed. How the fuck you get to 28 people?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but they did it.
Yo, that's not a pop. That's impressive numbers, bro.
And it was indigenous people. So it was like tribal people in Canada. Did I freaking
that they killed?
No. Yeah.
Oh, and they good at the hand-to-hand combat.
And they were, and it was tribal folks killing tribal folks.
Oh shit! Damn, dude.
Yeah, it was nuts, dude. And it was like, and you know, like you ever seen that movie? What's the one where they're all destined to die?
Oof. All destined to Armageddon.
No, they lived.
Titanic.
No, man, the one where it's like your destiny to die. The fuck is the name of that movie?
Final Destination?
Yes, that
okay.
Destiny, destination. That should have fucking clued me off.
That's what clues me off. It's funny you said that. That's what got
me. But this, so one of the dudes was like a fucking nut job. He's been in and out of jail something like 50 something times. and had previously almost killed somebody, and then on this time finished the job.
Oh, same person?
Same person. So he was one of the 10.
So were they going deliberately for that one and then just decided like might as well?
I didn't. No one
Two
knows.
birds.
Because essentially what ended up happening was they killed 10, injured 18.
Shit.
Went off on a run. They found one of the brothers. It was brothers. They found one of the dudes dead, and like the following day they caught the other guy.
Oh, so he also
The guy who's been in jail like 50 times. They caught him.
They caught him. He'll be out. He going for
It's
60.
only a matter of
He
time.
going up big numbers. Bro, we talked about this last time. I think it was in the UK where those mass stabbings. Like, okay,
that was a long time ago.
bro, I'm gonna say this, dude. So we say 28 people got stabbed. That means 26 of them motherfuckers deserved it. What are you doing,
Bro.
You watching people get stabbed?
My wife was trying to tell me like, oh yeah, that could happen. And I'm like,
Nah.
where? And she goes, well, you know, like if you're like in a store, and I go, yo, you're gonna hear people screaming. You're gonna see somebody bleeding out. I go, ain't no way you getting 28 people in the store.
No, bro,
Ain't no,
I'm
with,
telling
with
you,
a knife.
katana, full speed into like a crowd in the subway. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gotta be.
Who's the fucking guy in the NFL? I can't think of him now. The Miami Dolphin now. The fuck is his name?
Tyreek.
You gotta be Tyreek Hill running with that shit.
I hated that the minute you said the Miami Dolphins. I was like, oh, the cheetah.
Yep. Tyreek Hill can't kill 28 people.
Motherfucker runs through there
With a
like
knife.
Shinobi. It's offing people. Bro, how you get... yeah, it's hard for me to empathize with 26 of them. Like, damn, dude. I'm also shocked, but I guess it's indigenous. I guess indigenous Canadians are built different. 'Cause Canadians are like the nicest people ever, bro. Like,
Yeah, they
and there's
are.
not, and I think the reason they're nice, bro, is because there's not a lot of them, and there's a lot of land. Like they're spread apart. They're not nuance or nuisance. I can't fucking talk.
Yeah,
today.
but they got-
They're not a nuisance to each other.
Yeah, but they got Toronto. I mean, Toronto's pretty packed in.
Right, but that's probably the most violent city in Canada, so it makes
Yeah,
sense, right? Like
probably,
you said,
yeah.
the rest of Canada is like people aren't a nuisance to one another, so I think they're just nicer.
Yeah.
Like we're here, we're just like everywhere. Where we're like you again.
That's why you gotta move to like fucking like Iowa or something,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, but then no, Nebraska.
Bro, you seen they fired old boy, man? They fired your boy.
I couldn't stop laughing when you sent it to me. I don't know why. I just kept thinking like, oh, you mean the offense wasn't the only thing that was great? Like you couldn't recruit kids to want to go live in corn country? Like,
For those of y'all who don't know, college football, there is Scott Frost. He's like a legend coach here now, man.
oh yeah, and
for what
Orlando,
he did, yeah, for what he did,
undefeated team, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
for what he did here at University of Central Florida.
Self-proclaimed national champions 2017.
Yeah. That's right. But he left for his alma mater a few years ago. Was it 2017, I think?
Yeah, about then. Yeah. He left like
or maybe
the
right
next
after,
season.
right?
Yeah.
So went to Nebraska, and he was also, let's say, his alma mater. He played football there, right? Did he win national championship there? I don't know if he did or
I don't
not.
Think
I'm not
so,
sure, but he was
yeah.
a
but a
but he-
legend in
but
there, yeah,
yes.
for their program.
Thought he would do really well there, and with what do you have 2 years left on his contract?
Yeah,
Let him go.
They let him go. 2 years left. 15 mil payout.
Yeah,
They're paying him 15 mil to go away.
good for him.
Yeah, bro. I'd be like, you know what? Y'all can keep my shit.
Did you see that? Fucking,
I don't even want it.
Dude, the LSU coach. What's the guy with the raspy voice?
Orgeron. Ed Orgeron. He talks like this.
Yo, I've always thought that guy was the best coach for that team. Like Louisiana,
He
like
fits-
Bayou.
Oh,
fucking,
he fits that culture
Yes,
so well. Bro, all he does is want to eat crawfish and watch football. I love that guy, bro.
So they were
that guy.
interviewing him I think it was this week or this past week, and he talked about that, and he's like, they brought him into a room, and they're like, Ed, you got 17.1 million, something like that, left on your contract. We're gonna pay you out, but we don't want you to stay. Essentially, he goes, when do you want me to leave? And what door do you want me to leave out of?
Hey, which way you want me to go? 17 mil, that's a lot of crawfish.
And he coached him to the national championship, right?
He won a title, yeah, with
with
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow. Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, he restored sort of glory to that program, man.
Yeah.
After, because they had a couple down years after Les Miles, and then he propped them back up. Like you said, no one was more of like oh, that's Louisiana than that guy.
Oh my God, bro!
yeah.
When they hired him, I go, this guy is like Bayou all the way, bro.
Everything, bro, about him. Like he's King Cajun. Like he is just everything about him, man, was just so cool. But he I think what the Scott Frost thing taught me, bro, is that like, or not even that, but like I think it just sort of just reinforces something that I always thought was that unless you're these sort of historical programs like in Ohio State and a Michigan and Notre Dame, right? So you got those in cold weather cities, and then you have Alabama, who's a power, and then now Clemson, right? That are in the South. It really is as simple as like you're an 18-year-old kid who's really good at football. If Scott Frost walks in and he's like, hey, you want to come to Lincoln, Nebraska, and you know it's cornfields and it's thing and it's cold 8 months out of the year, or someone, bro, you can go from Florida Atlantic and that coach is like, yeah, but dude, Miami's down the street and there's people wear half their clothing for like 10 months out of the year. And like I'm like, as an 18-year-old male, it's like, sign me the fuck up. You're talking about I can go somewhere where people are in bikinis and board shorts all day, like cool, I'll go there, versus Lincoln, Nebraska. Like I think the payoff isn't worthwhile in Nebraska. Like I don't care how good, people kept saying like how he was this like offensive genius.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but you also need the talent.
You need talent.
You need talent. And I think that just shows is like, unless, again, Michigan, there's exceptions to the rule, right? There's the Michigans, there's the Ohio States of the world who are just national power programs that these kids grow up in these states and they want to play for those schools. But if you're a kid from Michigan and you don't get into Michigan, I promise you're like,
right, you don't go to Nebraska.
You don't go to Nebraska, bro. You're like USC. Like I want to go to Texas. So Alabama's a power school, obviously, but then you go after that. You're going Florida State, UF, Florida Atlantic, Miami. I can get me somewhere with warm weather. And like you can hang out outside like 99% of the year. Like I think that's underrated, man. And I think this just shows it because you've never seen another coach be that successful.
And you see, Notre Dame doesn't look good either.
Dude, I feel bad because I wanted that coach to get wins, but I also, again, Notre Dame also reinforces to me that like that's what you get for looking at grades. Like just take the kids who pay the Asian kids to take their tests like the rest of the school. Like Notre Dame actually wants you to do good and get SAT scores. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're kind of an Ivy League school, right? I mean,
they're just very, because they're that Catholic university or whatever. Yeah. They're
but as far
rigid.
as like grades, right?
They're very rigid.
About that.
Yeah. They're very rigid. I would say it's Ivy League expectations without the Ivy League education. That's kind of how I see them, because I don't know that like you're getting the same education you get at Cornell or Harvard, or I shouldn't say education, maybe the same network that you get at a Cornell or Brown, or one of those, Columbia.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I would think that Notre Dame would have similar, but I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, and we both know people from Notre Dame. You gotta be smart to go there, man. So. Unfortunately, you can't be smart and play football. So, not at the elite level. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a small fraction of people that fit that bill.
Yeah.
Dude, NFL's back this week, man.
Oof, thank God.
Bro, first of all, a couple things that I learned this week. First of all, I think most of the teams can compete with each other. But there was a few, one of the things that brings that to mind was like
the parity this year.
But there were 9 games decided by 5 points or less.
Oh, in the NFL, very few blowouts. Yeah,
there was 2 overtime games, 1 tie. I think the tie was with Houston, right?
Yes, Houston.
Did you see fucking Lovie
Indianapolis.
Smith, bro? He looks like fucking Santa Claus.
So
he's a black Santa Claus.
I didn't realize it was him.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was him, and then until they showed like the name on the thing, and I was like, "Holy crap, man!" But Houston, Indianapolis ended in a tie. He played for the tie, basically, right? Yeah.
And then it was like the 3 teams that I saw that kind of stood head and shoulders for me were like the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Chargers. Like those were like, to me, like head and shoulders, like above. Obviously, Tampa played good against the Cowboys. The Cowboys had a good defense. They're not going anywhere, especially now Dak is out. Who's their backup?
Dude, they weren't going anywhere with Dak, but
I know, but they would have made some.
That's a great question. Is it no? Dalton is still in Chicago as a backup.
No, it's there. Well, he was last year.
I think it's there. Yeah, I don't know who the backup in the Cowboys. It doesn't matter, dude. They with Dak they put up 3. They couldn't get past midfield, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts,
I'm like,
dude.
you got like,
and it can't just be Amari Cooper being gone.
No, it can't be that. And actually, listen, man, I don't give Dak a lot of shit. I think Dak is definitely good enough to win that division. Like Dak is good enough, and Dak is good enough to score more than 3. So it obviously tells you, like, I don't know what's going on with that team. I don't know if it's the because the offensive line is great. So. Yeah, I don't know, man. It can't just be Amari Cooper. They did get I really like the wide receiver they have now. That's their one, the kid out of Alabama, actually. CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb.
Like I really like him. Yeah, I don't know, man. Dallas is one of those. I feel like they're cursed. Like there's just something about that team that it's almost comical. Like I like making fun of them just because
it's just like famous for no reason.
Yeah, right. At this point, right? Like, dude,
at this point, anyway.
No, it is right because, dude, when I was a kid growing up, first getting into football, they were the team. Right, it was that mid '90s team with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin and those guys. They have been irrelevant since like '96, '97. As far as winning goes, right? Like they haven't won anything meaningful since then.
Yeah, because they had like those Tony Romo years where they always showed promise, but they never got over the hump.
Never got over the hump. And so I'm going, okay, you have 25 years of mediocrity and no playoff wins or one whatever in the last. I think they won one recently, right, with Dak maybe.
Did they win?
Actually, and if they haven't, then they haven't won one in over 20 years. So,
if not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like the most popular team for nothing.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I have very little hope for them. I think week 1 is the easy one to like overreact to also. Like we just go, oh shit, the Packers suck. And, Tampa Bay is going to win the Super Bowl. And, like I think it's the easy one. So,
I didn't see anybody in NFC that impressed me.
Me neither. And I'm like, I was telling my brother, like, man, that division is wide open, man. If you look at that NFC, I'm like, I really don't know who comes out of there. Where I go AFC, I can go, okay, it's going to be Bills or Kansas City.
Maybe Chargers, Baltimore,
Chargers
maybe.
are good. I don't think Baltimore. I actually think Baltimore is going to end up collapsing this year.
Yep.
And that's we could have a whole episode on that. I think the Lamar Jackson thing, the whole contract talk, I think what Baltimore did by not signing him says a lot. I wouldn't be shocked if he's not there next year. I also, man, I think because he's playing for a contract this year, I'd hate to say it, man, but I feel like something bad's going to happen. And it's going to be one of those things where they're going to franchise him or something next year or trade him or something. Okay. Yeah. I think them not signing him says a lot. I also think Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns ruined the market for a lot of people because now people are entitled to ask for a lot. Like, 'cause if I'm Lamar Jackson, I get it. I'm an MVP. Deshaun Watson hasn't won shit. Like you go,
yeah, that's true,
I was a game away from a Super Bowl or 2. Like I've won an MVP. Deshaun Watson's amazing, but he doesn't have the accolades that I have in the league, and he got that. I want that. I want more than that. Deshaun Watson ruined the market, crazy. Man. Yeah, because he got what 200 guaranteed,
and you wouldn't give him that.
No, because Lamar Jackson is going to be injury prone. His style of play is not conducive to him having a long career.
But I wonder if this year maybe he goes, you know what? I'm not getting hurt.
I don't think he has it
staying in the pocket.
Yeah, I hope so. I just don't think he has it in him, man. I think that's so instinctual. I think when I can pull this down and take off and go get this 30 yards
and outrun all of you.
Yes, your ego's not going to let you not do that. Yeah. And
that's true.
Yeah, I don't think he has that in him. And listen, man, I hope he doesn't he's a fun watch. I think the NFL has a way of humbling your legs.
Like, bro.
Yeah, and I think
a couple big injuries, man. TJ Watt, right, torn pec. I saw another guy. Did you watch the Seattle game last night?
I did, man.
Geno Smith is not playing like that for the rest of the year.
Nope, that was it. And I was a Super Bowl. I think he's good with that.
I saw somebody in my family post a picture of Geno Smith. She's a Seahawks fan, and she's like, something like, "Hey, everybody, say hello to Geno Smith," or introducing Geno Smith, something like that. And I'm like, "Yeah, calm down, man."
Yeah, he's been the backup there for how long?
He's been a backup. He's been a backup in the league his entire career,
except for the Jets. What, year 1, maybe
year 1 and 2, yeah,
maybe. And didn't they trade for the Drew kid from the Broncos? So they also have him, Drew Lock. Isn't he on that team? And he's
Is
the
he?
backup now, I think. So
I
Geno
don't know.
Smith was the backup and beat out Drew Lock, I think,
Yep.
in the offseason.
That sounds right.
Listen, man, Ciara's husband keeps proving me right.
Bro, I was waiting to come in here. Oh my God. I was waiting to come in here and talk shit to you.
I know it. When I saw them losing last night, I was like, yes. I was like, Ciara's husband, because that's what he will be known as until he starts to win, damn it. Ciara's husband couldn't pull it off once again.
Dude, there was actually a few other things that I learned this week, man. First of all, Aaron Rodgers looks fucking miserable. Dude, I hate the Packers, so I love when they lose. But I've also had the pleasure of watching that guy play.
Oh, he's amazing, yeah.
And I partially wish that he would just go to Arizona.
Oh my God, I think that team becomes a Super Bowl contender.
It's not even a question.
It's not even a
bro.
question, man. You're so right. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he asked for a trade before the season's up.
Yeah.
Or at a minimum at the end of this year.
But who else do you go? Who else do you go to that has a team?
You figure? I think Arizona,
San Fran.
I think San Fran. Yep, perfect. I think San Fran is a quarterback away from competing for a title.
Yeah,
Dallas,
because the Bears iced them this week.
Yep.
It was totally Trey Lance's fault. Bro.
Oh my God, dude! And I could see Dallas.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You're Dallas. You go, fuck, man. Do we take Aaron Rodgers for 2 seasons, 3 seasons over Dak for the next 5?
Yeah,
I think you take that.
You
you take those odds, man.
And if you're Jerry Jones, you make that happen.
You make that happen, bro.
Ooh, but they got McCarthy.
Yep, dude. Steelers.
Did they not? Yeah, but
you give it to McCarthy. You pick
maybe.
Dude, the Steelers. If you're the Steelers,
they got Mitch Tripp.
Yeah, hey, you know what's funny? I told my brother this, man. I want this shit on record. As much as I hated the Steelers with Ben Roethlisberger, I think they're the sleeper team this year, man. I think the Steelers are gonna be. I don't know what it is. I think that team and Mitch are gonna be better. Like I wouldn't be shocked if they won that division. Like I think they're gonna be better than people think. Dude, Tomlin is a great coach. That guy doesn't have a losing season ever. I wouldn't be shocked if that team won 10 games. Like that just wouldn't surprise me. Like there's something about that team that I'm like, man, they're gritty and they're gonna get into these close ass games. Cleveland ain't what they used to be. They've already now beat Cincinnati once. You figure they'll split with the Ravens. Yeah, so
and they'll probably split with Cincinnati.
Yeah, and so I'm like, yeah, there's something about that team. But dude, Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers. But you give him Mike Tomlin and the Steelers defense is normally good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think your Arizona and San Francisco fits are the best.
Oh, absolutely. And he's from California,
He's from
right?
California. I think that guy would love to play in San Francisco, man. I think that's probably
that's the other thing, man. I'm going with the San Fran game. How long are you leaving Jimmy G on the bench?
Oh, I give this kid 3 games, maybe. And if the second one looks awful, you just yank him. Because I saw the crazy stat, the Kyle Shanahan is something like 30-14 with Jimmy Garoppolo and like 6 and something super ridiculous without him. So as much as you want to knock Jimmy G, like you can't win without him. So the record is really bad.
The thing is, he doesn't lose games.
No, he's not going to screw it up for you. He's also not going to go and win it for you.
Right.
But you're like, he's not going to fuck it up. Like, so I'd take that over the kid who's going to throw the pick.
Right.
When you don't, I mean, who knows? And I guess the trade-off is going to be like that Brett Favre thing where Brett Favre's going to throw 57 interceptions, but he's going to throw 59 touchdowns. So you're like, and he's going to throw the touchdown in that spot you need him to.
It's a +2, damn it.
It's a +2, bro. And it's going to be like those +2s were in 2 clutch games you needed to win. And so you trade that for those moments, man. So, yeah.
I mean, I hated him on Green Bay, but I missed that guy. He was a great quarterback.
Yeah. Oh,
bro,
yeah.
Two other things that I learned this week, man. Rules that I didn't know. The whole fucking fumble within 2 minutes of the game. So if you fumble, if you're on the offense, if you fumble, you have to recover. If you don't recover, and it gets recovered by somebody from your team,
the fumbling player has to recover. Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
So the fumbling player has to recover. If you don't, but it gets recovered by your team behind where you were, then that's where the ball's spotted. If it gets recovered by your team in front of where you were, it goes back to where the spot of the fumble.
So you can't
So they
have a
make
forward.
you can't have a
like-
forward fumble and not be the one to recover.
Which is funny because that happened to Tennessee this week, where Saquon Barkley was off to the races and someone poked the ball out from behind, but it goes forward like 20 yards and out of bounds.
Out of bounds,
and
yeah.
then he gets it at that 20-yard spot out of
but
bounds.
that wasn't within the 2 minutes.
No, but they got it. It's like you almost did him a favor because you smacked it out forward. It's almost like passing it. So you're like, oh, they got 20 yards more for the ball going out of bounds or whatever, or 10 yards.
But within the last 2 minutes, they can't do that.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had to be the one to recover because it's happened to Derrick Henry. I'm pretty sure in the past where he dropped it and he wasn't the one. And I remember there being some funky thing where it's like, he has to be the one. But I didn't know that it was like go back to the spot if it's forward or that.
Yeah, so it's like if you fumble, it's essentially like the worst case scenario for the offense, unless you're the one that recovers.
You're the one that you fall on your own fumble or whatever. Okay.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And the other one was during the Bears game. Did you see that they had a shit ton of rain in Soldier
They're
Field?
playing in a swamp.
Yeah, it was nuts.
How does that happen?
They did
Soldier
they
Field.
did fucking like a slip and slide at the
I love
end.
that.
You
Dude,
see it? It was awesome.
that picture's iconic. The
Yeah.
one with Justin Fields
Yes.
sliding and the team behind him, and then you see the
that was
water.
dope.
I go, dude, if I'm Justin Fields, I'm putting a 20-foot version of that inside of my house somewhere. That shit looks so cool, man.
Yeah, no, it looked sick.
Oh yeah.
So they were going for a kick, for a field goal. The holder takes his towel out and dries the area on the field where he's going to spot the ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
What? Why?
Yes, because you can't alter the field.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're not even allowed to dry the spot
Nah.
where the. Oh wow.
I thought it was funny because I was just like, when it snows, don't they dig out the area?
I would.
I don't know.
Do they?
Maybe they don't.
Maybe they don't, because I could picture games now in like field in a blizzard.
No, but you figure like the person that's gonna the kicker or the spotter is gonna like at least make a little spot where you can put the ball.
Shit, I guess not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
So 2 rules I didn't know about, man. The last thing, bro, kickers making fucking 50+ yard field goals is normal.
Not if you're in Tennessee. Fucking,
No.
they lost their game because he missed a 47-yarder, 49-yarder, or something like that. Like,
Dude, there was a bunch of games here in Florida, man. They had like 4. Well, we had 5 games. We had two at 1 o'clock, 2 at 4 o'clock, and then the 8 o'clock game.
oh, you
We
mean
have
on
5
TV?
games on TV.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, I saw so many like 50+ yarder. The freaking last night's game ended on a 64-yard try.
Which again, why don't you go for that on 4th and 5?
No, that's yes. I'm not even gonna argue with that. That's what you should have did.
It's because Ciara's husband can't pull
But
that
the-
off. Dude,
They didn't have any.
If you pay somebody,
They didn't have any confidence in
If
that.
you pay your quarterback $200 million, because he got a fat contract,
Yeah, he did. I don't know what he got,
bro.
but it was
4th and
a lot.
5 with the game on the line.
Yeah, no, you got to go for that.
At 64, that you have to let that quarterback show you he's worth the $200 million, bro. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
But their kicker almost fucking made it.
Yeah, because you're in the altitude. Like nowhere else are you trying that kick.
Wasn't it in
Probably.
Seattle?
Was it? Oh no, you're
Wasn't it in
right.
Denver?
It was in Seattle. You're right.
Probably in Denver, it might have made it.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, you're right. He probably would have made it in Denver. That's right. It was in Seattle.
But 64-yarder, bro, and that you're trying now as a game winner, and it's not, it's not like playoffs or anything, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And again, I'm salty about kickers. I wanted to murder every kicker in the league after Sunday. Like, our kicker missed up. It's funny, bro.
Well, mine
with a
missed, like,
minute
two
left,
in
I
the
go,
swamp.
oh, Ryan Tannehill will get him in field goal range, but the kicker's gonna miss. Like, I knew it. Like, I knew that shit was gonna happen, bro. Like, before it even happened, and I'm just like, sure enough. And then when they did something similar where they ran their last play and they made Tannehill just sort of spot the ball for the kicker.
Oh, yeah.
Run sideways and kneel.
Yep.
And I'm like, should have taken a 5-yard out. And sure enough, he misses the kick by like a fraction, far left or
Yeah.
whatever. And you go, the 5 yards would have
It mattered.
been the difference. Yeah, it would have mattered, man. But dude, I saw rules this week. You saw the new rule changes for baseball for next year that I love now.
No, tell me.
There's a pitcher shot clock
Oh,
now.
the clock. That I did hear about.
There's a clock for the pitcher. It's different if there's runners on base, and there's different if there's not. The batter has to be in the box with like 8 seconds left in the pitch clock or whatever.
Okay.
I think it's 20 if there's runners on base, 15 if there's not.
If
think.
they don't make it in the box, strike?
Yes.
Oh, is that what it
automatic
is?
strike.
Oh, nice.
And then for the pitcher, automatic ball. If you haven't started your wind up by the time it's expiring.
Okay.
And I love this. I think pace of the
It's
game
gonna
picks
go
up
quick, bro.
And I'd love to see the strategy of when batters start waiting to the last minute. You get those anti-pitchers who get in a rhythm, and now you're waiting for the 8 seconds, and you're, like I go, okay, now this adds a sense of urgency. Now you added another element of the whole chess game. The shifts, which I hate in baseball. I also think it's up to a batter to not make people shift to wherever they hit.
Yep.
But you're not allowed now. You know how you'll see like
you
on
can't
left-handed.
shift?
You are, but you're not allowed to have 2 players opposite the second base bag when the pitch is thrown.
Why?
So because they're trying to make it more interesting. So they want that left-hander who pulls down the first base side.
Bro, but you know what? That's to me, man. That kind of is what part of it's that part to me. I like the pitching clock, the batter's box. To me, man, what makes baseball hard is that people study how you hit, and then they fucking move to where your tendencies are.
No, I definitely agree with what you're saying, like as a purist of the game, but I think more than anything, professional sports is a product of entertainment, and so like we go.
So the entertainment factor.
So the entertainment factors in where I go, I want to see runs scored. So I want to see you not be able to get me out because that produces more offense, and you know what I mean? Like I see
Dude,
that.
I wonder, do we start to see like more 20-run games?
Yeah, 20, and I think that's what they want. Like you think about what the NFL did with the quarterback, where like you can't breathe on him.
Yep.
And as much as we complain about that, I go,
Nah,
yeah,
we like it, bro.
we love it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want the team to score 30. Like dude, think about the teams we love to watch. Kansas City, like all the teams with explosive offenses
That
in
fucker
college.
threw 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
this week,
bro. Like and everybody's like, oh, they're gonna miss Tyreek Hill. No, they won't. Like they got this kid over here throwing just like you said dimes and 5 touchdowns. That team is just. I think. Those are the teams we tune in to watch. Dude, the Bengals. Why do we tune in to watch? Because Joe Burrow's out here just slinging, and he's got these fun wide receivers and all that stuff. I'm like, the offense sells, man. So I get it.
Dude,
like
Jamar Chase has got to be top 5 fucking
so
receiver
fun
in the
to
league,
watch
bro.
too, man. Him with, and I think with that combination of Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow like almost dares you to just cover him, and I love it. Like he could be double covered and he still throws his way because he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna give him a shot. Like, and I love that like cocky confidence that they both have.
Yeah.
I think it just makes it more entertaining. Like baseball to me is miserable to watch now if it's not like the team I care about, right? Like if it's not the Yankees, I don't give a shit.
I love the fact that they started doing the interview players while they're in the outfield or
the miking them up.
Oh, I love
Genius
that, bro.
idea.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
if you got to pick somebody that's interesting, but the ones that I've seen have been great.
They've been great, man. So they've been picking the right people. Have you seen this banana ball thing?
No.
Look it up, dude. Well, we got to talk about it out here one time. But there's this little league in Georgia, and it's like banana ball, and it's baseball, but they have all these wild rules, and it's this little league, and they're like dominating now. Like they're
So it's
selling out
kids.
all their games. No. It's adults.
Oh, okay,
but it's like
okay.
this little league they put together with. It started, I don't know, maybe a decade ago or so, but it's starting to blow up. Where like they're selling out games. It's entertaining.
shit.
It's
That's
so
dope.
wild. The rules for it. It's baseball with just like cartoonish rules. I'm like, okay, I could see that being a fun watch on TV. Like, they need to make real baseball like that, bro. But yeah, you need to watch it. I think, I don't know, man. I love anything that adds a sense of urgency now to professional baseball because it's so tough to watch right now, man. Like, as much as I love baseball and I grew up, it's probably the sport that I loved. I was passionate the most when I was a kid. It's not watchable right now, man, unless you have a rooting interest in the team. And even then, you're kind of like, God, man. Dude, I saw all the names this year getting the $500 million contracts. I've never heard of any of these guys.
No, you kept texting me.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
texting you like,
I'm like, yeah, that guy's good.
I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? You're like, yeah, that guy's good. I'm like, dude, and I keep up with sports, right? Like, I'm like, it's not like I'm this under the rock, like, but I feel like the last 5 years in baseball, man, every time they've paid someone, I'm like, I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. It's just bizarre, man. Like that.
Dude, Aaron Judge I didn't know he was in his 30s.
Is he already?
He's like 31 or something.
Oh shit! I
30
thought
or
he was.
31?
I thought he was like 27 or something.
I thought he was younger than that, man. I didn't realize that he was in his 30s because like the kid that they paid for San Diego, Juan
Soto. Yeah,
they paid him big money, but he's like 23.
dude, they paid him stupid money.
Yeah.
And
But
then
he's
Judge
young.
is. So you imagine what Judge is gonna ask for?
Well, I don't know, man. So do you pay that dude in his early 30s? You don't give him a 10-year contract.
No.
Definitely not.
No, you made that mistake with A-Rod, right?
Yeah.
So you go, yeah, I can't do that. But can you afford to let that guy's the
Do you do like a $200 million 5-year contract?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think so. Maybe with some like incentives in there where you go, hey, it's the potential for 300 if
Right,
you do X,
right.
Y, Z. Because baseball contracts are fully guaranteed. But yeah, man,
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see where that goes. All right, man. Yo, tell me about this. Tell me about this dentist.
Yo.
We gonna get off of sports.
I felt like it's funny, man. I feel like this sort of reaffirms something that I thought already. But there's a dentist in France that was jailed because he was deliberately pulling patients' teeth for no reason other than to charge them money. And I just assumed
He believe in the tooth fairy,
bro. Yeah, I'm trying to get you paid and me, bro. But this guy, it's wild. This dude's 41. His dad is 70, and his dad worked part time for him. But this dude evidently was balling, and they're literally saying he was people would come in for like a cavity or a loose crown, and he would end up removing healthy teeth for no reason and billing it back, obviously.
Bro, I had a I had a gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps that this motherfucker had what I thought was good teeth. He went to the dentist one day. He came back the next day with no teeth.
They took all of them.
No. So I'm like, dude, but what happened? So, and I can't remember what he said. So there was a legitimate reason why he sort of pulled them out. But essentially, at the time, he only needed to pull like 2 or 3. But the dentist told him, yo, you have this, like, I don't know, like, let's just say like this degenerative disease. And eventually, you have to do them all.
So your gums are red. I got to take all your teeth.
So he goes, fuck it, pull them all out.
So he just walking around here gummy?
But then he got to fucking take the fake teeth.
Or whatever.
Yeah. But it wasn't like he could pull them out.
Yeah, like dentures. Basically.
Dentures. Yeah. He ended up
What?
and dude, he was maybe like, I don't know, 40.
Oh my god, bro! No, I always assumed
I'm like,
dentists
bro,
are
you
like,
should have did him a few at a time. And he was like, nah, man, I'm retiring in a few years. It's just free now.
I got new teeth. They'll ride out another 40. Yo, that's wild. Just take them all out. And the dentist said, bet. He's like, I bill per too.
I remember he fucking told me this story, man.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, but he was a gunnery sergeant. I'm like, but Gunny is like, why didn't you just take out the 3? And he goes, nah. They told me it's gonna happen. They told me I'm gonna take them all out at some point anyway. So fuck it. I'm gonna retire in 2 years. Pull them out now.
You know what's wild is that insurances will be like, nah, if that wasn't medically necessary, you can't do it. But the insurance in the military evidently is so good, and the dentist was like,
well, no,
you're right.
They're military dentists, bro.
But I was just saying,
yeah.
So they're just like fucking. I wonder if they get paid per like.
I don't know
how that works.
I don't know how that works, man. I think you just get paid. You don't
like a salary, right? Like
yeah,
a regular salary you would take.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would you be like, nah, bro?
You're a ranked officer, so you just get paid whatever the fuck the thing is.
So wouldn't you just be like, nah, bro? Like, I'm not taking out all your teeth. Like, they're all fine.
Nah, bro. Because when I went in to get my wisdom teeth pulled, really there were only 2 that needed to be pulled, and I was like, can we just take them all out? And the guy was like, yeah, we do whatever you want.
We'll do whatever you do. Dentists, I'm telling you, bro. Dentists are like the used car salesmen of doctors. They're like, I hate going to dentists because there's nothing more sleazy than going to. They're like the mall kiosk people. Like, you need this jewelry cleaner? No, the fuck I don't, bro. Yeah, you want to spend your hair? You feel this on your hair? Feel this on your hair? Fucking dentists are like the medical version of that. Like every time I go to the dentist, I feel like I'm being bamboozled. Like. 10 years ago, I was told that I needed to remove wisdom teeth, and they're going to be impacted or whatever. I don't doubt it.
Too impacted.
Because I occasionally do feel a slight pain back there, but it's been 10 years, bro. I'm riding out good right now. Yeah, I'm great. I never did it. And I never did it because I was leaving Vegas that weekend, and I was like, yeah, I want to ruin my weekend. We'll take care of that when I get back. I never called it back.
Y'all gonna fuck up my whole week.
That's literally what I said. 10 years later, your boy's still kicking.
That must have been for the Mayweather fight.
Yep. It might have been
pretty damn close.
It might have been.
That was 8 years ago, bro.
Damn. It might have been that, or it might have been. No, it was 2012. It was before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm saying I know it's been 10 years, bro. So I was like, nah, I'll be back. Guess who never came back? It's like leave my teeth alone, bro.
You know who else ain't coming back? The dude from Bed Bath and Beyond.
I hate that segue and I love it.
So, in case
Greatest
y'all
segue
didn't
in
hear,
history of the Carpet Footman Podcast.
Mr. Gustavo Arnal, this motherfucker. This dude, in case y'all didn't hear, those of y'all who are fans of Bed Bath and Beyond, he is the CEO of Bed Bath and Beyond.
Oh my God, bro.
And essentially him and the dude, the CEO for GameStop,
Yeah.
essentially got caught in like a pump and dump scheme. The stock for Bed Bath and Beyond, I want to say like, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. I don't know where the hell my notes are on this, but like 2-3 months ago, they had a stock price of like $438 on July 1st, and they pumped this thing up to $30 on August 17th. So, what's that? Like you got like an 8, almost an 8. You know, $7-8 times as much as right for the. So,
Jeez,
bro. So they were being indicted on this shit. This guy lived in that building in New York that's called the Jenga building.
Oh, the one with the cool shape, like it's like a spiral almost.
No,
looking
no,
weird.
I gotta show you this shit, man. If you have not seen it,
It's got like the weird shape to
look,
it, right?
It looks like a
it's
fucking Jenga. It's like a Jenga building.
Yep. Okay.
So if y'all don't know what this is like, look it up. Look up the
Shit looks
Jenga
cool,
building,
though.
New York. It looks cool.
What floor?
I'm not sure what floor he was on, but he owned one of those penthouses. And probably the ones that stick out. This guy committed suicide,
Bro.
and I'm just going like, even if you would have went to jail and done like the Martha Stewart thing, you would have still came out with money. So I want to say when this thing pumped up to the $30, he sold like $1 million of it.
Oh, so it wasn't even a lot?
He still had over $6 million in the stock.
Oh, bro, he's not. You could plead out of that and not do no jail time.
Dude.
A and B, that guy makes more than that probably quarterly.
Think so, man?
As a CFO of Bed Bath and Beyond, that's probably public
Was he
knowledge.
CFO? He was CFO.
Yeah, that's public knowledge. I'm pretty sure we can go look it up. I guarantee you, his compensation package is more than $4 million a year.
Well,
Had to be.
2 days before his death, the company announced it was going to cut 20% of its workforce and close 150 stores.
I mean, that makes sense, bro. Who the fuck goes into Bed Bath and Beyond?
Yo, my wife does.
Yeah, but like how often?
I mean,
Like once a year? Like I'm not
oh
talking
no.
Christmas
You know
time.
what, man? No. I'm sorry.
She goes into Bath and Body Works, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why am I
Nobody
thinking
goes
it's
into
the
Bed
same
Bath and
store?
Beyond.
No.
I mean, because it's.
Yeah, like I've been in there. I bought stuff from in there before, but yeah, I don't go often.
But I feel like it's one of those stores now where I browse it and then I look for it on Amazon.
No, you look for the as seen on TV shit.
Yeah, but then you go on Amazon and you be like, oh, it's $10 cheaper. Let me go ahead and do it. Bro, that guy, when the news first came out, it said like, oh, fell. And I'm like, nah, y'all gonna have to tweak that headline. And then like 12 hours later, they were like, jumps to his death. I'm like, there it is.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, that shit is crazy, man. Like, listen, man, I've been stressed out of my job, and this is one of those times I have never considered jumping out of a building.
Yo, even if you're him and we don't know his financial situation, but considering like everything, like you figure even if he does jail time, he doesn't do jail time, he gets fired from Bed Bath and Beyond, never works again. Presumably, this guy should have made enough money that he could retire. Like,
absolutely, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Dude, even with
look it up.
even
Comp
with those
package,
$6 million that he had right there, right,
yeah,
with nothing else
in stock, right?
right? So you go, he has that.
Let's see.
Even if he goes to jail for 5 years, he comes out. He could not work for the rest of his life and live better than most people.
Oh, dude, I guarantee you this guy's making more than $1 million a quarter. It had to be. I'm gonna look it up now. Bed Bath and Beyond CFO. Then that's public, so I can go on the SEC website and pull that. So cash, he has. Look, So cash, he has $775,000. That's his salary.
Okay.
He has $2.1 million in equity, $37K in other, which means like they probably pay for like his car, his apartment, or building, his kids' college, blah blah. $3 million total comp. Okay. So I was off a mil.
Per year?
I was way off. Oh no, actually, that's old. I'm gonna change that. His salary will increase. He's over 13 mil. So this says his compensation slipped 6% to $13 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So and it was slated to go up $200K. Look at this. Blah blah blah. BBVA reported earnings. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So he was gonna make 7%,
enough money to retire.
Yeah, dude, because he has the comp, and this is where the CFO or these executive packages are all tied into equity and stock, and that's why the stock price is so important to them. But and it's also why you have so much corruption on Wall Street and why you have so much like pump and dump schemes like that. When you tie these compensation packages to a stock price, you sort of inadvertently you're incentivizing shitty behavior. Yeah. You incentivize people to do shitty things because obviously they're heavily motivated and make, like, it's like when they say these guys are worth like, oh, Elon Musk is worth 20 or 40 billion dollars, like, yeah, in stock. He's not worth that in cash,
right?
And so for Elon to stay worth that, right, he has to make sure that stock price stays at a certain price per share. So like they incentivize the shitty behavior because that's what these guys are driven by. So like if you incentivize something else, if you incentivize I don't know, bottom line, or incentivize. I mean, people are going to find a way to manipulate the system no matter what. But I mean, what you're incentivizing is the stock prices is why you see games being played on the stock price of these stocks, man. You see these pump and dump schemes, or you see these fake, like, I think they were just like hyping up. There was another CFO involved in it, or CEO.
The guy from GameStop.
No, the GameStop, but there was one more.
Oh, there was
another one from another company, another like big company that was involved as well, who already pleaded, I thought, in the case. But yeah, dude, fuck, man, what has to go wrong, like, for you to jump off a building? Also, what's that like on the way down, bro?
Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, I've jumped off of, like, I don't know, 30-foot things, maybe 40-foot cliffs into water.
I think the jumping is easy. Once you're over that ledge, how the fuck does that go?
Yeah, you go, like, reel me back up.
Yeah, like... Like, I think the temptation to jump is cake, and but fuck, man, on the way down, that anticipation.
Oh. And then you're falling. Oh, my God. Do you die beforehand?
I think you hope so, but I don't know if that's true. Probably not, bro. You got to hit. Bro. And then do you hit so hard that off of he jumped like a 20th story or something like that, I'm sure?
No, I think it was more than that, bro.
It was more than that?
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully he splat and dies on impact so you don't feel pain.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a hell of a way to go.
I didn't get that, but...
Yeah, listen, man, if anything, they could probably use all the products from Bed Bath & Beyond and scoop his ass up.
As seen on TV.
OxyClean, get this stain right out.
Yeah, how we doing on time, bro?
Bro, we are on hour 8 into this.
All right, man, what you want to end with?
Let me see if we...
Talk to me about the Australian...
I don't know.
The Australian guy.
Wait up, hold on.
Is that a good one?
Which one? Let me see.
Or we got...
Do we want to go Australia?
Tell me about the nursing home.
Yo, let's get into the nursing home, because I feel like this is lit. So, this nursing home, bro, and I'm going to get this right. I'm a journalist. I want to make sure I'm all right. Yo, this nursing home in... Fuck, where's the city? In Taiwan. Okay, so here we go. Nursing home in Taiwan is...
That's not even a country.
It's not even a country. We're not even supposed to acknowledge that, right? The capital of China, Taiwan. We will not be bullied here on this podcast. The People's Republic of Taiwan.
They make a lot of cool shit over there. Most of my toys growing up was made over there.
In Taiwan?
Yep.
You right. All them G.I. Joes, Thundercat action figures. Bro, this nursing home in Taiwan is on the hot water right now. It's called the Taiyuan Veterans Home. It's a state-run facility for retired Army personnel.
Okay.
So I feel like this is an important part of the story. So they paid for some entertainment for its residents, mostly who are incapable of getting out of a wheelchair. I think all of them were in wheelchairs.
Okay.
So they hired a bunch of strippers to come in and entertain the residences.
Of course.
And I feel like if you defended your country,
God damn it.
and you in a wheelchair in a nursing home,
And it's probably mostly men.
yeah, I mean everybody in the picture is a man, minus the stripper.
Now, how old are the dudes? And
I mean,
like, are they like?
I mean, they look like mid
70
60s and up. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I would say mid 60s, 70s and up.
How old is this stripper?
I mean, she looks like she's a college age.
a little
could
young
be mid-20s.
tenderoni.
She's a little, yeah. She's a. I was about to say some racist shit,
I don't even want to know.
but she's young. I mean, looks like a stripper would look like, you know, except Taiwanese or whatever the fuck they're. But so they're getting like shit because they've been forced to apologize for hiring the stripper to perform.
To who?
And I don't know, the community or whatever the fuck they do in Taiwan.
Is it the people? Is it like the kids of the people that are in there that are complaining?
The dope part is that the video was posted, it says by an attendee, and that's how it all came out. So I'm like, so it's one of these old men going on IG Live.
How do you set up this Facebook Live thing?
How does this shit work? How does my tactic work? I gotta get these people. Oddly enough, bro, if they're on TikTok, that's kind of fitting. They ain't got much time left. They should be enjoying this shit. But I'm like, I don't see the problem.
No,
You paid
absolutely
the stripper
not,
thing
man.
to go there. The residences like it. If you didn't like it, go back to will yourself back to your room.
Yeah, you don't have to participate.
You don't have to
partake in
participate.
it.
They didn't force you. And I'm like, these poor guys. You imagine you're the one guy there. Undoubtedly, someone died that night. They went to sleep and never woke up. That's a good way to go.
They went to sleep with their dick in their hand.
Yeah, with their dick in their hand. The family ain't visiting you anyway. Like, that's a good time. Like, I'm like, damn, bro. Let these guys live. Can't have nothing nice no more, bro.
Yo, on that, tell them where they can find us.
If you are not already following us at the Carbon Football Podcast on Instagram, Facebook at the Carbon Football Podcast, TikTok at Carbon Football Podcast, and all your favorite streaming platforms, man. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Ghana, Geo7, Amazon Music, all of them, all the big ones. If we're not on something you're on, you need to get a new app. Because at this point, we are on everything. And yeah, man, hit up the drinks, try them out, let us know what you guys think, and shoot us your recommendations, man, on any of the socials, man.
Absolutely. And as always, we appreciate you guys. And one last thing, reach out to your people, man. Not everybody's doing good.
Yeah.
Reach out to your folk. Let them know you're thinking about them. See how everybody's doing. And catch us next week. We will see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.